Hey, my name is Squirrely Squirrelton Poop Duck, and you're listening to Dumpster Talk, Episode 8. Why is everyone so obsessed with skin? So you might be thinking, skin? What is this dude talking about? Like a serial killers? Nah, I'm talking about the gaming industry. So I think for a while now, especially if you're the type of gamer nerd that watches, Penguin Zero, Mutahar, Angry Joe, stuff like that, Actman, you're kind of already aware of a lot of this stuff going on. And you might even see it in other industries like Microslop, things like going on like that. But for a long time now, a lot of people, game journalists, have all been saying that the gaming industry is declining due to things like, gambling addictions being brought into games and battle passes and live service and all this kind of stuff. And I do, obviously, yes, that's part of the problem as to why, modern gaming feels so bad and soulless and garbage. But besides that, I think there's a really weird psychological thing going on with skins. And I think these people know that and have really monopolized on it and is really the core issue of all these things going on. So, back in the day, you had to pre-package a video game, right? You couldn't really update it later or add things to it or whatever. You could put like 2 discs or something and that would extend the game a little bit, or you could buy DLC or expansion packs. But really the first major DLC and downloadable online content was kind of packages on top of packages. It wasn't like you bought one specific thing. It was more like you were just buying more of the same game that you loved. And that was pretty cool. And I think everyone agrees, including myself, that we don't mind DLC. Like, I don't mind paying, $60 for a base game, and then if I really like the game, pay another $30 for some more cool content. I think that's a great idea. Now, in those DLCs, or even in the base game, sometimes developers would throw in, extra unlockables, or cheat codes, or game modes, or just like cosmetic skins just for fun, right? Like, no one took them seriously. It wasn't like unlocking, a clown costume in Resident Evil or something was like what made or broke the game, right? It was just kind of there as a fun little side thing to do. Then at some point, and I have no idea why, I think it was even happening before Fortnite, all of a sudden, it seems like gamers just only cared about skins and what their character looks like. And I have literally no idea why or when this shift happened, but it's just so weird to me because I had never thought about the skins or extra cosmetic unlockables in gaming ever before 2015 or something like that. And then all of a sudden, everyone's game business model is completely based around what your random generic character looks like. Think about it. If you heard about what happened with the recent Highguard debacle, or Concord 2 as everybody likes to call it, literally what was the game? The game was just kind of a core, really bare bones, boring shooter, and bomb defuse, capture the flag kind of game. Now, I'm not here to talk about Concord. I already have a bunch of stuff about that on my channel before it died. But other than that, what was the selling point of the game? Well, it was supposed to be characters and skins. And if your whole entire art direction and base of how you're trying to make money is by not having an art style fully in the game and selling it to you later, then it has to be really good and unique and make people want to buy it. First of all, I think that's just scummy and shouldn't be done at all anymore, and people should revert that model. But really, when people say live service, what they mean is, hey, we're only selling you a core mechanic, and later, if you want that core mechanic to look good or have any sense of art or atmosphere or anything, we want you to pay for it and pay extra for it, which just makes no sense and is so backwards and so weird to me. And like, I think Marathon is the perfect, most recent example of this. Literally Bungie comes up with one of the most unique and interesting art styles I've ever seen in a game before, ever. And they do literally nothing with it. It's just there. It's there to sell you skins. And it makes no sense. Like, they came up with all these really cool, like, animations and backstories and, like, a really hype trailer with, like, this really unique style. And there's no campaign. There's no story. There's no cinematic cutscenes. There's no, you know, the art doesn't matter for the gameplay. You could swap it out with the the art style from you know, any other generic game that's came out in the last 10 years. Valorant, you could switch it out with High Guard, you could switch it out with Overwatch, Fortnite, whatever it is, and it wouldn't affect the game at all.
Let's see.
So like, I don't know why people are increasingly okay with just not treating games as art and more so just random social experiences and, you know, things for money. Like games aren't art anymore. They're more of a form of like community, and it's just really weird. And like, I prefer the back in the day when games were more so art. And I think that's really why modern gaming feels really bad, because it's no longer about the art of making games or storytelling or anything like that. I mean, sure, there's indie games, of course, that, you know, are still trying to keep that tradition alive. But the majority of games now, besides for obviously the money-making factor, aren't selling you art. They're selling you an experience, right? And that experience is almost entirely dependent on mindlessly doing something while you're talking to friends. And that's kind of crazy to me. And not at all what I would consider gaming. Like, that just doesn't sound fun to me. And like, same thing with Apex Legends. Like, I used to play Apex Legends all the time. And the only reason I played it was because it was free. And the only time I ever had fun in that game was obviously playing with friends and messing around with randoms and stuff like that. Other than that, I would have never bought or played that game ever. So not only is it crazy to me that people base games now entirely on skins, but like showing off those skins to their friends in the game and things like that. And it's like, dude, you realize those are just generic skins on top of your character, right? And like, especially with Fortnite, Fortnite's just criminal. I mean, none of the skins make sense. They just have like every single character that ever existed in there for literally no reason. And that's why you get like Bob's Burgers like smacking Thanos' ass or some shit. Like it just doesn't make any sense, right? And I mean, that's fun and all, like who cares? But you know, at least with Fortnite, they change up the gameplay a lot. Like there's actually interesting art projects and gameplay they've done, and like obviously they have the whole creator thing where like you can make your own maps and stuff. So even freaking Fortnite, I feel like isn't relying entirely on, oh, run from point A to point B shooting crap and then try to buy, and then like buy some random skin so you can see those people you're shooting at look like, I don't know, red or something, or glowing orange. And it's just like, I don't understand. I don't understand why people are into this kind of thing, and especially paying money for it, like ridiculous amounts of money, not only for the skins, but paying for a base game that is solely nothing but running around shooting things and looking at people's cosmetics they buy. It's just so weird to me. It's like, I guess it's kind of the same community that's really into like CSGO gun skins and stuff. Like, except for that, I could understand because it's more of a market and you're like buying and selling the guns. You don't really care about what they look like, right? And that's one more point is like, I'm sorry, when I'm playing a game, I don't pay attention to and or care about what your skin looks like, or your cosmetic, right? Like when I, just defeated 3 guys in a row and watch a kill cam or something like that, I'm more interested in like, oh, how did I get them? Or that was a really cool, smart strategy I did. That was cool that I got all 3 of those guys or whatever. The very back of my mind, the very last thing I'm thinking about was like, oh, dude, did you see that skull patch he had on his arm? Did you see that keychain he had on his gun? Whoa, he was so cool, bro! Like, who are these people that care about that? And like, if you're one of those people, I'm sorry, but like, what is wrong with you? Like, I don't know. Like, it's just such a foreign concept to me. And like, I know I'm kind of being a dick a little bit here, but like, I just genuinely cannot understand why anyone except like little kids would care about what their character looks like in a game, unless it was part of the narrative story or like just for fun, right? And so I don't know, man. That's just something that I've been thinking about a lot. And I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe, like, follow, share, all that good stuff, because I am a small creator and, I'm not exactly at Penguin Zero levels yet or anything like that. So if you, liked the conversation and made you think about anything, feel free to follow me. I'm going to have lots more episodes coming out just talking about random stuff like this. And, feel free to share other ideas. I love to talk about all kinds of stuff. Check out my earlier podcast episodes. I have some really interesting concepts there I've talked about previously that are video game related and non-video game related. And if you like video game content, I have some reviews out now. I stream all the time on TikTok, and I'm going to have a Silent Hill 2 remake review coming soon, as well as doing a whole playthrough of the game. So if any of that sounds interesting, just for sure feel free to subscribe or like or whatever platform you find this on. And thank you guys so much for whoever listens to this. Like, I really cannot express how much it means to me for you to just be here, hearing my rant out, putting your opinions and thoughts on it and everything. So until next episode, just chill. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now, and sometimes it's nice just to hear somebody ranting about something different a little bit while you're eating lunch or something like that. So this is Squirrely Squirrelton Poop Duck, and that I am, finished with my lunch break here at CDF Labs, and thank you so much for listening.